Did you know there are certain habits you may already be doing that actually lead you down a path of burnout? Today, that's what we're going to cover. 5 red flags that may stop you from having that nice long career in the fire service that you probably want. Welcome, Hotshots, to Firepower X, where we help you stay one step ahead of stress as a firefighter. I'm Jess. I am a former firefighter myself and a neuro-linguistic programming master practitioner. What is that? That's a personal trainer for your mind. And I want to give you mental performance tools and strategies so that you can stay unbothered at work and at home. So 5 things you may already be doing, part of your regular routine that might be totally invisible to you. I want to point them out today, just give you some awareness that if you are doing them, so you can nip them in the bud early and prevent yourself from going into a full-blown burnout. The first one, people pleasing. Early on in your childhood, you may have learned, either consciously or unconsciously, that performance equaled love, validation, other people being happy with you. And so you self-abandoned. You learned to just throw away your own wants and needs, put them to the side, or even not even consider them in order to have other people be pleased with you. This may have carried into adulthood. The way you can recognize if you're doing this is if you don't even consider what you want. Like, that is not even a viable option for you. A thought you may have if you're doing this is something like, well, my family needs the money, so I'm just going to stay at this department, even though I don't like the culture here. I'm just going to keep going. Right? That statement is people pleasing. Now, we're going to separate it from doing what you need to do. At some point, if that job is making you miserable and hard to live with, then knock it off, seriously, because you're not any good to your family when you're not putting your needs first. You really have to put your own oxygen mask on first. And so, again, people pleasing, just putting all of our focus on doing the things that other people want us to do, as opposed to doing what we want to do, leads to burnout. Leads us to stay in places where we probably would have gotten out sooner if it had been our own choice, but because we're making the decision in terms of what other people want, that's what gets us into a sticky spot. Number 2, normalizing blah. So there is an acceptable identity in the fire service of the crusty firefighter, right? That it's okay as a dude to be bitter and jaded, and you can get away with it. The thing is, when we take on this persona, when that kind of becomes normal for us, we've normalized being unhappy. We've made crustiness and bitterness part of our routine. When we do that, burnout isn't far behind, because what's burnout? It's that feeling plus exhaustion added onto it. And so I want to caution you, if your day-to-day mental state is blah, screw this place, I hate it here, you have made a habit of being miserable, it's not that far of a jump then into burnout. What's the alternative? Well, we can normalize being at peace, normalize being okay, normalize being like, everything's fine, everything's cool. That kind of calm, steady state of being. Third one, low risk taking. Doing everything by the book is another subtle form of people pleasing. Staying in the lines, never breaking the rules, don't go outside of them, don't take any risks, choosing safety over anything else. If you do this, you're going to find that you over-logic a lot, you overthink, you talk yourself out of things. The people pleasing, again, is putting focus on what you think other people want or what other people need from you, but the low risk taking is that plus talking yourself out of what you actually want to do. Like, oh, I don't know, I could stay here, but if I go to another department that I might actually be happier at, that's a lot of work. And so you talk yourself out of what you actually want. And that low risk taking often comes in the form of, well, I'm making the safe choice. This is the rational choice. We cover it up with being reasonable and safe and making good decisions, when really it's just you failing to follow your heart and listening to your mind instead. Doing that gets us to a place of burnout because we never have the courage to actually do what it is that we want to do. That's the antidote to burnout. is doing what we actually want to do. Because burnout is staying in a state of what we don't want to do for so long that it fries us. It frazzles us. It's totally taken away our independence and our autonomy. The fourth one, binary thinking. Now, if you are someone for whom everything is either black and white, it's either or, it's yes or no, there is no gray, this sets you up for burnout big time. Because again, the equation for burnout is staying in something that you don't want to do. And so when you add binary thinking to that, it's very like, oh, if I do this, it's not safe, it's risky. If I listen to my heart and go get a job at a different department, instead I'm just going to stay here. Life is in shades of gray. And believe me, I know this because when I was a very binary thinker in my 20s, I suffered big time. That was the most tumultuous phase of my life, when I just saw things in black and white, because it makes your choices very stark. It feels a little bit like, oh, have to make the right decision. There is no right decision. Every situation you find yourself in is going to have pros and cons. Even if you pick up and go to a different department and it's your dream job, you still may work with someone that drives you crazy. Someone on your crew is like nails on a chalkboard, but you're making the money that you want, but you have to show up and work with this person and they drive you absolutely insane. There are pros and cons to every situation you're going to be in. And so that kind of softens that decision. Okay, if I make this choice and go for it and take the risk and listen to my heart and leave behind what everyone else thinks of me and expects of me, what I'm going to find isn't the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. What I'm going to find is another situation that has pros and cons. And so it feels more like a lateral move as opposed to I'm losing or I'm winning by making this decision. When you start to think more in terms of life being gray, everything is in shades of gray and not this black and white. The last one is if you have a habit of self-diagnosing. Have you ever labeled yourself as depressed, as different, as something is wrong with me inside your own head, and then acted from that label? I fell for that once. I thought I was a highly sensitive person. I really was convinced that I had this personality type, and when I dug into it, I realized I'm not this. That was just a label I put on myself, and I could get rid of the label and actually just consider myself a normal person. There's always going to be some dysfunction du jour. And social media, in the fire service, in our industry, there's always some hot buzzword everyone's talking about. Right now, burnout is the hot buzzword. And so it's easy to take it and think, oh, this applies to me because it's in your face. It's readily available to creep into your decision making and be like, oh, maybe this is what's wrong with me. I feel a little bit tired. Or no, what's actually happening is you're not following your heart. Go follow your heart and you'll never feel burnout. I guarantee it. This is what I see in every client who tells me they are burned out. So if you have a habit of getting on the pain train, you're more likely then to get on the burnout train as well. Ultimately, guess what? You're the one making the decision. How do you know you're burned out? You're the one setting the criteria. You're the one evaluating how you think and feel and putting this label on yourself. So rip it off. Rip it off and be like, you know what? Emotions, feelings, sensations, they are acute. Today, I feel like this. That doesn't mean I have to attach this long story that then affects my life. Because then, okay, what if I say I'm in a state of burnout? Oh, then I have to fix it. It's a problem now that has to be solved. Whereas if I just realize that in the moment today, I don't feel good. That's it. That's as far as my labeling is going. I don't feel good. That doesn't mean anything about how I'm going to feel tomorrow or a month from now or a year from now. So let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. I'm happy to engage with you. And if you found value in today's video, give us a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more content just like this. We'll see you guys in the next one.